is 365 days they live. This is their life.
The goal is like 10,000 calories a day.
You see how much bold grades they eat. You're going to be like, wow, how the hell?
A big part of how I live my life is living how people live, eating what they eat, and overall learning their perspective to literally grow my world. And in this video, we have a very exciting experience. You see, a few weeks before this video, I came across this ex-sumo named Konishiki, who is basically, he's not only one of the biggest, strongest, but also coolest dudes, in my opinion, you've ever met. So I DM'd him, and after a few messages, he asked me if I wanted to live a day in the life at his sumo house. And I said yes, probably the fastest I ever have. So anyway, let's start this incredible experience. Konishiki, what's up? Great to meet you. I love the camera, man.
Well, you came to the real deal, brother. You're gonna see sumo for real. All you hear is people hitting.
Seriously?
Yeah, and then,
that's a bit
like
scary,
us coaching.
man.
Yeah, it is.
This is what they live.
Yeah,
like this
actually,
is 100% of what they live.
They don't do anything other sumo. It's everything is sumo.
So right now we're going to a practice, right?
It's a school. Everybody, there's 46 schools here, and this is just one of them.
Wow.
And not everybody can go to practices. They're kind of really strict because you gotta be quiet and all that stuff. Yeah.
I love your hair, by the way, man.
It changes every 2 months.
So what are they doing now? They're just preparing.
Just preparing, yeah.
They start like this.
Yeah, they start.
Okay, so we just arrived at practice, and honestly, it feels like we're in somebody's home. This is just like one big room with a practice area, and then about like 20 guys all around waiting to basically spar each other. And guys just watching this for a few minutes, I have never seen weight used so efficiently before. Like every single pound they are using, they are moving. They honestly look like freaking acrobats at times. It's just unbelievable, man. When you say something to them, they stand right in front of you and just like nod their heads and listen 100% to what you're actually telling them.
Yeah. And everything is built around the respect for each other. Yeah. And this sport starts with a bow and it ends with a bow. That's why even when you win, you don't have like, yeah, or yeah, I did it, like kind of thing, right. Because to us, that's disrespecting your opponent. It explains why these guys are all gentle, because they don't try to get too emotional, because that's when emotion gets to you, you lose respect of yourself and your opponent.
In this, it's just discipline. It's just discipline. You need to show up every day. You need to work your hardest. You need to put your full heart into it, and that's just how it is. Yeah, so it's not about like
no buts and
go 20 more seconds. Yeah. It's like you're either here or you're not. You either listen or you're not. Holy crap. I've never seen such a for real. So practice has just finished, and in sumo culture, sumos basically do everything in the house, from the laundry out here to the cooking inside here to literally cleaning the floors and the walls. So one of the big things in the sumo culture is how they do their hair. It's mandatory to let it grow and to go into a traditional kind of setting. So right now we're headed upstairs to see kind of like how they do it, slash I think they have a hairdresser here too. So I didn't realize it at the time, but going to see how they had their surprisingly long hair done was literally an invitation into their living area. You see, every sumo that you saw at practice lives and sleeps at this house, making me super surprised because the size of this actual home was not that big, of just one large bathroom, a storage area, and a laundry room. So naturally this brought me to ask the question, how do these quite large athletes fit in this home? And basically the answer is that this house is literally a brothership of a community. You see, sumos share this massive tatami room for relaxing and sleeping, making an incredibly close but also impressively respectful living environment. Wow, it's absolutely incredible. Like, just to think that they practice here, they eat here, they live here, they do literally everything here. The commitment, the utter discipline. Like, think about that. Think about living your life like every moment for sumo.
Sad thing about this is your home. Bad day, good day.
Yeah, if it's a bad day, you're like, you really, yeah. So right now I'm going to see what they're cooking up for our sumo meal here. Now this is interesting because as a viewer of the sumo world from the outside, the only thing you see are these like massive dudes. But looking at what they eat here, it looks like the healthiest thing I've seen in Japan for the last 2 weeks. This is so cool. Okay, now this is super interesting to check out the food here because everything is just veggies and
well, the
what do they eat?
which is the one that there's a lot of, contains a lot of vegetables, very healthy. You see it, but how do you get big on it? It's the amount you eat. And after you eat your first meal of the day, they tell you to go to sleep.
Sure.
So you rest, your body actually don't digest the same way other people do. You know, when you after work, you have to go work again. After eat, you gotta go work. After lunch, the boys go to the rest. We tend to tell them to sleep for another 3-4 hours.
Okay. But just from an outside perspective, looking at sumo, I think people think that they eat junk food and you know
they get big from actually eating real food.
They eat a healthy diet because it's all about being healthy, but also being big and strong, basically. They serve everybody here. So before they eat, they serve everybody.
You can't eat or drink anything until you guys
finish. This looks absolutely delicious though. So yeah, let's check out what we have here on the table. So this is chunko nabe, which is basically a chicken broth with vegetables. There's obviously that like massive base of rice. And honestly, just looking at this table here, I would have never thought this is what sumo eats. It's just like protein and vegetables, man. Let's see how my first sumo meal is here. So delicious. I can understand why they can eat 5 or 6 bowls of this. That's freaking good. You know, I used to play baseball. And after a baseball game or practice, when I got home, I freaking destroyed what was ever in the fridge, right?
These guys, they're just standing around waiting to serve us, basically. And they have not eaten a thing, right?
Not even drink anything.
Wow. It's just like
you're only allowed to guggle water, spit it out.
Man, I feel a little bit bad. They're just watching us eat.
Everybody feels the same.
Did I do pretty good here? With the
you did well.
2 bowls of chunko. Just a few bowls away from a sumo. So how do they gain weight off of like chunko nabe, for example? Like how do they gain weight? Because it's such
it's like 4 or 5 bowls of rice.
4 or 5 bowls of rice.
Serving is just
keep on
eating.
Just like calories.
The second meal,
going up.
A lot of them, we wish majority of them can, like the smaller ones.
Yeah.
We wish they could eat like 10,000.
You can. It's just more. If you could do 20,000. But
depending on what weight you're at.
Yeah, sure.
The smaller kids, we just, no matter what, we just try to make them eat.
Yeah. So they just sat down to eat. So how long would they normally eat for?
They actually eat fast because actually the faster you eat, the more you can get in.
Oh, yeah.
You eat